All right, so we are dancing around quite a bit. It was a little closer to the 9:30 market open, possibly the reason why. But from the top down, we had a 4-hour bearish S&T on the bottom end on ES. We did react from this 4-hour order block, so that's kind of the reason why I feel like we had this sort of like what seems to be like a change in state of delivery or a shift in market structure. This is really just a reaction from the order block. However, the 4-hour we were continuing bearish. We are still respecting these order blocks. And it's early in the week, so I'm looking for maybe a reversal. We are leaving liquidity on the top end, like yesterday's London draw. However, again, it's only Tuesday. We have news later in this week, so should we have a reversal, I feel like higher chances are it's later in the week. But like I said, 4-hour order block was respected here on both ends too. Seems like Nasdaq also isn't willing to go higher. Um, and we are within this 1 hour buy side imbalance, so I'm wanting to see how we close here on the hour. But overall, with the 4-hour order block here, we had the bearish S&T on ES on both bottom and top end. We did already sweep the London highs here, internally and externally on both ends. So that's kind of, out of the way early on in the session. But yeah, once we sort of had a smaller time frame shift in structure, or shift in delivery, if you will, based off this breaker here that I annotated, I saw this inversion here, which usually tends to be, where my model sort of aligns with the market structure. I took this entry. Now, again, we had an aggressive reaction, but again, since it was sort of earlier within the session, usually around 9:45, most people would say is when the market will start to sort of spool a bit, which would be here. So it does seem like it is starting to move a little bit. But yeah, just continue seeing how we close. So I locked in 50% of my profits there. Usually I aim for a 1 to 2. Um, However, we have this 1 hour imbalance here, and we have this breaker here on the bottom end as well. So there's a high chance that we react from here, also aligning with the new 1 hour candle. Um, so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to take 50% of my partials at 50% of this move to my overall target at the moment, my drawn liquidity, which was right here. So that's about 50% of the entire move that I'm looking to catch, at least safely. Um, so I took the partial there. That's about what's that, a 1 to 1.3? Not terrible, but I mean, again, um, just sort of, in alignment with uh, the Apex account, not wanting to be in too much drawdown with the trailing drawdown rules. So that's kind of why I decided to do that there. More than anything, if not, I would have just let it run fully. But I'm okay with taking the partials. I mean, we have a lot more room to the bottom end, so I could continue to let this run. But yeah, just seeing this breaker and this 1 hour buy side imbalance, I was anticipating a potential source similar to this, some sort of reaction. Should we just shoot through this? I mean, that's great. But if not, I got to play it a bit safe. Also, I was noticing how Nasdaq was kind of spooling a lot lower quicker, which is weird since the S&T is bullish on Nasdaq. And as you can see now, we did just attack this low, so there is potential for some sort of aggressive reaction here. Yeah, we will continue to monitor and see what we got to do. All right, I am out fully on the day, and I think I'm done before 10 a.m., so that's kind of crazy. Um, Part of me wants to continue trading at least my other phase one accounts, but I think I'm going to call it here. Overall profit is a little bit over 500 per account. So that's great. I try to aim for at most 750 is I think my limit on profits. Just again basing it off of following the combine. I mean the challenge rules. But anything over 500 for me, honestly, is wraps. I mean, you're looking to aim for either 2,600 or 3,000, and 500 a day. Or per day. I mean, within the, I think the minimum is 8 trading days. So even then, that's still, you'd still technically be above. But even then, I mean, 500 plus a day, you're looking at one, two, in 6 days, you can make those 300, 3,000. But I mean, that aside, either way, yeah. So ES had the bearish SMT on both top and bottom end. So I was looking for ES to obviously drop much quicker. But for whatever reason, NASDAQ just decided to tank. With that being said, in situations like these where the SMTs are sort of invalidated, I wouldn't have been surprised if, again, since NASDAQ attacked at this low sooner, by the time ES got to this low, ES being ES also, we could have left equal lows, right? And then maybe do something like this, whether we retrace back to entry point or even 50% of the profits. Or maybe, I mean, a reversal for all we know. I was just much more confident in just taking the low hanging fruit at my original target here, taking full, I took my full position, I think, at about the 1 to 3 exactly. If I had marked it up, I think 5975. Yeah, that's 1 to 3 even. So just took the full position there. The market was tanking, so I wasn't confident we were gonna stab a little lower than this low. But again, I mean, ES tends to leave equal highs, equal lows, and then just shoots in the other direction. Like if you can see here as well, this is a 1 minute, but in confluence with all the time frames, we can tend to leave equal lows or equal highs, and then just shoot the other direction. But yeah, I think I'm done on the day. Just gonna call it here. Nice trade overall. Very quick.